Starting now. Hey guys, gals, friends, and pals. This is Paul Acevedo of Windows Central. Tonight I am joined on the mic by Brian and Adam.
Hello.
I
And we are going to play some Abzu for Steam and PlayStation 4. We're playing the PS4 version, but same game that you can get on Windows PC. And it comes from publisher 505 Games, one of our favorite publishers. Really cool, easy to work with. And Abzu is a really great game.
Sweet.
So, we'll just explain the beam thing as we start a new game. I hate to talk over the opening, but no, there's no dialogue anyway. So anyway, as some of you know, we were preparing to switch over to Beam for our streams by an editorial mandate, and at the last minute, we ended up not doing so because Beam doesn't have a proper messaging system. It doesn't have a way for us to send you a mail that you can check at any time. It just does kind of an inline whisper thing that wouldn't be appropriate.
Not for this particular application because I notice that a lot of people don't message me back saying, "Hey, thanks. I redeemed your code" until like 2 weeks afterwards.
Yeah, people check late, and if you were away when the prize got sent your way, then you just wouldn't see it. You would never know that you had received it.
Yeah, we said it has whispers, Swizz. It just doesn't. It doesn't have any sort of solid messaging where I can send you an email-like message,
Yeah.
and then you can come back to it later.
And I feel like we just explained that, so nobody else bring it up. It's already wearing on my nerves. Anyway, I also wanted to. You can see we've got this interesting, mind-bending little intro here. Yeah, no pop-out. That's true light speed.
It's very aquatic.
Yeah, Beam is pretty neat, though. I was watching my friend Jeff Mays stream on Beam a little bit, and if you have a good connection, you'll see their video, like, basically right after you type something. Like, he responded
It's
right
like
after.
3-4 seconds. Yeah.
This time it was like, it must have been
Oh, it
1
was
or
even
2
faster
seconds.
than mine was?
Yeah,
Wow.
I just had a very fast response that time.
It's good. Hitbox is good. Twitch is, the lame duck in these streaming things. It just happens to have a huge built-in audience.
Yeah, like Twitch,
Yeah.
I mean, they make very little effort to actually improve it, and a lot of times when they make an improvement, it's only for people who are partnered, and they're basically pretty bad. It's funny. We use Twitch because it's the platform that everyone likes, but yeah, there are things about its competitors that are a lot better.
Yes.
And I mean, like, remember that when they added the friends list, they actually did that by taking away very useful menus from the site, and now you can't get to those menus unless you go to the main page, right?
No, you can. There's a little caret down by your name in the bottom right bottom left corner. You click that, and a menu pops up, but they're still hidden, and it's very frustrating.
Okay, got it. Yeah, but like May says, I mean, Twitch is very successful financially, so yeah, they apparently don't see a lot of need to make real meaningful improvements. They go to every big gaming convention and stuff. They have so much money to spend. I'm riding on a fish here.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonah.
Yeah, get that fish. Get that fish.
Get it?
Talk to that fish.
Wee.
Yeah, and check out.
Is this
look
better or worse? Oh, go ahead.
At,
Hold the
just
ride,
gonna say,
ride.
look at the scene. Those fish. But what were you asking, Adam?
Yeah. This reminds me of Echo the Dolphin on Dreamcast.
Nice. That's not a bad thing to be reminded of. Press to interact. Okay, square. Hey, go back.
I hope Microsoft does more with Beam than Amazon has done with Twitch. We'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's a fair way to put it. So, what am I doing here? Oh, I just unleashed a bunch of sea turtles.
Uma.
That was cool. Yeah, and they just went out and they're swimming around now.
Hey, Panjaman and Krussenberg.
Welcome.
Monkey.
Krunzenberg, are you from our Neverwinter Guild or something? He called me Paul, so maybe. And Penjaman, always good to see him.
And Geyser. Man, a lot of people
Geyser.
here tonight.
Yay! Yep, this is where mermaids come from. Somebody basically digs them up out of the sand.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I thought everybody knew that.
Here I'm repairing a drone. These drones seem to be a big component of the game. They like to follow you around and stuff. I've only played a little bit of this, so I can't speak to what the whole game is like. But I'm very, very
Get that
impressed
turtle.
by what I've seen so far.
Get the turtle. Get the turtle.
I want to ride on it. Where did it go? Oh, dude,
Well,
I just saw a fish eat another
You're
fish.
wasting time with this underwater robot thing, and you could be riding a turtle.
If I find the turtle again, then I totally will ride it.
If you don't find it, Paul, I think you failed.
There's some flickery stuff in the water. Does that mean anything? No, it doesn't mean anything. But I saw this game at E3 twice. There's a turtle, and so I listened to the presentations that the developers did, and they talked about all the work they put into modeling the fish behavior and stuff, and the way the fish look and move. And really, it sounds like it was quite a lot of work, and a lot of the stuff isn't normally done in other games, but it pays off. The fish are great. Didn't
Apparently, there's a lot of detail in the individual fish. Like you should be able to access some way of like getting like information on the fish. Is there do you have like a menu or something where you can go into and look at all the fish that you found?
I don't know. Not from the start menu.
The fish AI in this is pretty good. They're pretty realistic.
Yeah, I mean, it's like like I said in the little preview I wrote, it's like being in an underwater world. You don't have to worry about running out of air, which is nice. And it's not a game you play for challenge. It is a game you play for the experience. And we have a few people, mostly, I don't know, we always try to preach being open-minded about games, and some people just never will. Like, we could say, hey, be open-minded, that's what our whole stream is about. Some people just never will do that. But my point is, some people need a game to be gamier than this one is, need a game to have, like, combat and things, and so perhaps there is no real combat, but I don't think that hurts the game. The game is just about swimming around and doing cool things underwater. And there is a bit of a narrative, so we will discover that soon. Press the touchpad button to meditate. What does that mean? Okay.
Hey, a little one-on-one.
Alright, we're trying the meditation feature. Left stick to switch. Oh, check it out. When you do this meditation thing, you can see the names of the fish. Adam. Female, California.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
That is a weird name. Yeah, a little one-on-one. Yeah, I agree, Dezara. This game would be really good in virtual reality. Yellow Tang.
Yeah, they need to do a PSVR and a Rift version of this.
Yellow Tang.
That's cool.
My brother had a Yellow Tang.
Yellow Tang is what happens when you leave your Tang out in the sun too much before you mix it.
Nope.
You don't think so? Oh, food chain. Just earned a trophy. What is that for?
My brother had a Yellow Tang and a Red Tang.
We just saw a fish eat a yellow tang, a black sea bass.
Mix them together and you get tang.
Yum. Yeah, tang is a beverage. Do you have that in Canada?
Barely.
Alright, well, let's get out of here. Yeah, it's not like it's super popular or anything. Don't the astronauts use it?
It's for space.
To stop meditating. Right.
That tang is disgusting. You're better off buying anything else.
Let's see, what game is Sosa talking about?
Elite Dangerous. He bought it for like 70 cents or something like that.
Wow, that cheap? It's a complex game, Elite Dangerous. Big learning curve. You have to be prepared to put a lot of time into it.
I'd buy the VR version of it right now if it was, under $5, but it's 60.
Dang. It's a huge game, though. I don't blame them for charging for it.
Oh no, I'm not knocking them or anything, but hey, if I could pick it up for 70 cents, I would.
If you want an actual game play on your VR, there's one.
I need a HOTAS though.
Oh man, just go ahead, spend like $500.
Yeah,
buy a HOTAS, buy the game, buy a chair, and then I would also probably buy like some like a person for a co-pilot.
An IV drip.
IV drip.
I've just reached a place where we have to use the drones to get through a barrier. So let's see how that goes.
Cool.
Something to drop constant saline solution in your eyes so they don't start bleeding from the continuous use of VR.
Yeah, to be honest,
all that kind of stuff would be good.
I mean, I don't quite know what you guys are talking about either, but hey, there's a shark.
I need a fan for my face. Because the
face fan?
Yeah, because the VR makes your eyes, like the area around your eyes, sweat like crazy. Because there's no airflow in it.
You know who's gonna make that is like Nyko, how they made one that attached to your Xbox.
Yeah,
they're gonna stick one on your Oculus.
I can see them doing that. They already have some virtual reality accessories.
Well, somebody's talking about
The story about them at E3.
sticking a little fan inside one of the headsets to where it like blows air straight into your eyes, or like straight past your eyes to kind of get rid of the moisture.
Right here where I am, there was a collectible here when I played earlier today to capture screenshots, and the collectible is gone because I've already gotten it. So it looks like those things stay collected through different playthroughs. Which is good, although I wouldn't mind them, say, appearing by being transparent or a different color. Just so you know. Yeah, I definitely already got that collectible. Michelle? Groundmeister saying hi to Michelle. Who's Michelle?
Ooh, hey, cleaner.
Oh, wow.
Maybe
Cleaner.
it's
So nice to see you. I hope you've been well.
Thermopylae. Howdy.
Yeah, Thermopylae. Yeah, a member of the PlayStation crowd at Cheap Ass Gamer.
Cool.
What's this down here? Let's go find out.
Oh.
By the way, this uses inverted steering by default, so you know Tyler would love that. I mean, but it makes sense for 3D games, you know, like true flight style games.
no.
You can turn it off.
Unless you're
but
flying an airplane.
It's like that. I mean, it's that kind of control.
Yeah,
I'm
but you're
gonna
not
go look
flying.
over
You're
here
not.
real
It's not
fast.
like that. You're a person, and if you were a person, you would go down to. You would push yourself down to go down. You wouldn't push up. The only reason
No,
that
because
you
you're
push up to
steering
go
your
down
head.
is because you're. No, you're not steering your head. You're flying an airplane.
In this, you're steering your head. It
Flying
makes
an airplane.
sense
Then he would-
for the game.
Forward to go down, back to go up.
No, unless you're flying an
You're
airplane,
overzealous.
the stick should push you down if you go down.
Yeah, well, in this, what you're doing is you're steering your head. When you push up, your head.
Why don't we go to
goes-
the options and turn it into a real video game?
Wait.
Hey, Springer.
Because no, I don't.
Or Springer.
For this style of game, I don't mind it. I understand that yes, inverted.
Can you change
is
it?
Bad, but yeah, of course you could change it.
Because if you can, I'm gonna have to take a diamond off my review score.
Uh-oh.
So as I was trying to explain,
Ooh,
we've
what
just
is
gone through a
this?
portal. Yeah, really cool looking, and now we're in this strange place. So here's where we're kind of breaking from reality.
Neat.
Yeah, what is all this stuff?
It reminds me, I haven't seen Tyler in a long. He hasn't popped up in a while.
Yeah.
Bummer, Famicorp.
Tyler has a birthday party tonight. Basically, Tyler apparently is quite popular in real life because he's always doing something with his local friends, which is nice. I would too if I knew more people.
Or he's
around.
making it up. No big deal.
Hey, Walker D.
You never know. Yeah, welcome, Walker D. Okay, let's go see what this thing does. It's kind of a floating blob. Interact with it, touch it. So if you like the movie The Abyss. Oh, now I'm glowing.
I touched the blob.
Oh, that's so weird. I just took a circle out of my body and put it in the blob. Whoa, and now mana rays are coming out.
Oh my.
Look out, Steve Irwin. Is it too soon?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a little too soon.
Yeah, probably.
We miss him.
And this is crazy antics, that's for sure.
Yeah, and this has caused the water to move around somewhat in the real... I don't know, it's like there's two different kinds of water. Yeah, it's... This game is just so beautiful. Like, when they were doing the E3 presentation, I was almost moved to tears at times, you know, because I'm not much of an artist myself, but I've studied art my whole life, and yeah, I can draw and paint a little bit. And yeah, I'm just really, really moved by how lovely this game is, the way it looks. It's, God.
Tech Guy made the perfect analog for this journey.
Yeah, it will remind you of
Just
Journey.
beautiful.
The art director of Journey worked on this game as well.
As soon as I saw how things are appearing, I immediately thought of that. Because that's how things... The way the kelp sort of flashed into existence is very similar of how a lot of things work in Journey.
And Famicor is reminded of Wind Waker. It is very colorful like Wind Waker, bright colors. Because a lot of modern games use the modern movie style of coloring, which is to make everything blue and orange. And that's, God, you know, we've talked about it on stream a few times. I hate that. Yes, it is. It eliminates the brightness, and I don't know, it just takes a lot of natural beauty out of things. So, how do I grab on this guy again? I cannot remember how to grab on.
Wasn't it like left trigger or something?
Oh, I just did it. Oh, you're right, it was. Okay, I just did a flip. That was neat. Circle does a flip.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking myself, Cleaner. I didn't know I needed this game until I saw it being played.
Yeah, Yeah, and if you have any interest in water type things, fish, etc., then you're probably going to get a lot out of it. Check it out. Yeah, I am hanging on to the manta ray. That is great.
Sweet.
Yeah, keep in mind this is not a really long game. I hear it's about 3.5 hours in length. Although there are collectibles, and it is, I'm told it's quite replayable. But just like Journey, not a huge game. And unlike Journey, there is no multiplayer. Right?
Well, I mean, Journey really didn't have multiplayer anyway. Somebody would just pop in.
Oh,
You have no idea who they are until you beat the game, and then it tells you who they are.
At the top
But
of
you don't know who that person might have been.
Sephiroth XX420.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Or you could have played with
Oh.
16 different people and never known it, because the people don't change. You don't notice
that's
their
it.
how
I
they
just got a
look.
trophy breach for piercing the top of the water, apparently.
Nice.
So this is where you meditate, right? Yeah.
Suddenly, Paul is a dolphin.
Yep. Suddenly, great winds of water.
I could have sworn that I read that the diver was a female, but no chest at all, so it could just as easily
Yeah.
be a male. I think maybe they're going.
I mean, it's an indie game, so it probably is.
What?
Going for an androgynous.
Yeah, I think they're going for androgyny, but they described her as female during one of the presentations for sure. Look at all these crazy fish, you guys. Yes, I did. Yeah, Echo the Dolphin was a challenging game. Didn't it have combat? The 3D Echo, that is.
Yeah, they all had combat. I mean, Echo the Dolphin on Dreamcast was it was an amazing looking game. Like it was, I mean, it didn't have this many fish or anything on the screen at one time. Obviously, that's probably more than a Dreamcast could handle. But
Oh yeah.
it was an absolutely gorgeous game. I bet you it still holds up today. I should probably put it in and see what it looks like, because I bet you it is still an amazing looking game today.
Hey, Fire Reader, welcome
but
to
it
the
was
stream.
it was difficult. Like it was a difficult. There was lots of puzzles and things to figure out, and lots of mazes and caves and things like that. So it was not an easy game, but man, it was an amazing game. It was incredible to look at.
The more you play this, the more I am reminded of Journey.
Speaking of amazing things, the shark
Ooh.
that we saw earlier just came out and destroyed one of the drones.
That's a mean shark.
Well, I haven't played Journey, and I wish I had, so that I can make more direct comparisons. But there's nothing you don't need to have to know about that game to enjoy this one in the least.
If you didn't know that this was made by a different company than that game company who made Journey, you would automatically assume it was made by them.
So we come to this big triangular gate, and I've interacted with it. It opened up. Let's see what's in here. This reminds me a little bit of that Tom Cruise movie where he played one of like a bunch of clones who were guarding a ruined future Earth. Did anyone see that movie? It started with an O. I forget the title.
Oblivion. I saw that in theaters. It was a pretty good movie. Had a good soundtrack.
Nothing to do with the Elder Scrolls. I felt robbed.
It was an odd movie, but it had a great soundtrack made by M83.
Cleaner, I believe you were right about the composer. And if we're talking about people who worked on the game, there is somebody named Adam Orth also worked on this game. Does everyone remember who that is? He's basically one of those people, formerly of Microsoft. Do you remember when they were talking about the price of the Xbox One and stuff, and he was like, oh no, they were talking about the lack of internet, and I don't know, he made some disparaging remarks, or they didn't go over very well anyway, his remarks. And wow, we've got a part here where we're in a current.
Wow.
Oh,
God, it's pretty.
was he the guy that said, "Oh, we have a console for you. It's called the Xbox 360"?
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, he was basically. Didn't he get let go shortly after that because people so.
Yeah, he
I
got
believe so.
fired, as Cleaner's stating. He got fired.
Yeah, so he's probably. I don't know. Even I was offended by that remark, just like everybody. But here he worked on this game. This game is really great. Sometimes you got to separate the art from the artist.
Well, I mean, the perfect example is Phil Fish.
Oh yeah, good point.
Biggest so-and-so in the
There's
world, but Fez was a pretty
There's
good
a lot
game.
of fish in here.
There are a lot of fish in here. Ooh, I like the cave.
I will say, if I can speak on a tangent just for a second, I think the Xbox One, like their original vision of the Xbox One, like I think it was very forward thinking. I think they had, big ideas. They just underestimated people's willingness to change. You know what I mean?
They're doing it to people whether they like it or not. They're just doing it much slower than they were going to originally.
They might be. Yeah, they might be.
Oh,
But I'm
they-
just saying,
they
like,
are.
yeah,
They're
but
not
they
gonna
were.
require
They
the
were.
internet.
Not yet.
I mean, they never.
You
will with
almost-
this system.
Yeah, but you don't require the internet. But man, to play think of the day one patches that these games have. Like to play on Xbox One without the internet just seems like madness to me. Like it seems like who would even do that? Like
Well, half the
It
games
almost
just
seemed-
won't work.
Exactly.
No. If
Yeah.
you, I mean,
Well,
if
I
the
mean, I'm sure
license is tied to your console.
I'm sure the game has to boot. That
We'll
must
look
be
at
the
Skylar.
requirement now because you don't have to have an internet connection.
Yeah, obviously a
But-
game can be an online-only game if it wants, but yeah, the game has to be able to boot. But
No, but not an online-only game. But I'm just
Here's
saying,
the
like,
collectible.
think of like games and their day one patches now that are gigabytes big.
Well,
That
yeah, the Master Chief Collection's day one download was 25 around gigabytes, and without it, there was
Yeah.
no multiplayer. There was no.
there's
a
no
lot of
multiplayer. If
things
you have
were
no internet
broken.
connection, you don't
and-
care.
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. But a lot of things were broken in that game before you got the day one patch, and it was massive.
yeah, day one patches are common, but usually most games will work and be playable without them. It's just refinement and stuff, although sometimes some of them change more things than others. I
Mm.
don't remember which way I came out of. But, for instance, I recently traveled to Dallas, as many of you know, and... Oh, where's that shark going? Is that a shark or a dolphin? It's a dolphin, neat. I want to touch a dolphin. Anyway, which I've said many times throughout my life. But, oh
Yeah.
yeah, I grabbed
Hey,
onto
there's
the
no
dolphin.
judging.
Awesome, common dolphin. Yeah, no, I traveled, stayed in a hotel where my console had difficulty connecting to the internet, because usually they make you go through, some BS browser page before they'll open up internet access. Anyway, I could still play my Xbox One, and I did, and that's something that I would
Nice.
lose. And yes, I know a lot of people don't travel with their system, but yes, I think you should be able to travel with your system and use it when you go places. That's, just because some of us are very stationary doesn't mean that should be a requirement.
You should have a phone that lets you connect to the internet.
Ugh.
If
That would
only
be $30 extra a
system-
month, and I get a crap connection. It wouldn't be worth it.
Man, you need to switch cell phone companies.
if only these new systems had a handle built on it so that you can carry it with you.
I remember those days.
like
It
the
was
GameCube.
glorious.
God.
I took that system everywhere.
Hey, I found another robot. Another drone.
Why wouldn't you? It had a handle.
Well, I put
It
it
had
in
a
backpack,
handle so
but,
that you could carry it with you like a suitcase. You could walk around with your GameCube in your hand and you'd be like, check it out, man. I got my GameCube on me and I'm just chilling on the bus.
That's exactly how not to take care of your console, but yes, they did build it that way.
I did.
Another
I
place to
played
meditate.
many games in that fashion.
What, while holding your GameCube in your hand?
No, taking it everywhere. I worked phone tech support, graveyard shift, and when it was dead for 7 hours straight. So
Common dolphin.
a lot of people slept under their desk until the phone rang. I played video games.
So now I'm meditating again, watching some of the fish, and you can control the the camera while you do this. Bannerfish. Little known fact, but you make them mad, they turn into Hulkfish. Here we've got bicolor parrotfish. That's nice. Emperor angelfish. What would Abzû have to do with Disney Kronzenberg? And do we have any other kinds of fish to see? No, it doesn't look like it. You're basically just hopping around to whichever coral trout. That's different, right? Picasso triggerfish. That's a great name. All right. Well, that's enough meditating. Did you guys just disappear?
Nope.
Oh,
No.
We're just
Doing the
listening to you
contest.
name fish.
I'm not used to being able to get a word in edgewise, so. T.
I'm making sure people get their sweet codes.
By the way, last weekend we kind of ended the stream. Adam was on mic again last weekend, and we talked about a game called, we talked about a movie called Toy Soldiers. And Tyler and I rightfully gave Adam crap because he said that there was a Blu-ray, but he wanted to import a foreign DVD just so that he wouldn't have to own a Blu-ray, which is nonsense.
That's right, and pay more for it.
Yeah, nonsense. However, there is no domestic Blu-ray release, so thankfully, you'd basically be going to the same amount of effort either way. Can I not go down there? No, I guess that's where we.
But that's not even true.
Yeah, no, I checked. I definitely.
I'm gonna look it up right now. If I'm right,
there's a German
which I always
Blu-ray. In Germany, the movie is called Boy Soldiers instead of Toy Soldiers, which is interesting because Boy Soldiers is still an accurate description of the movie. Let's grab onto this fish.
Weird.
Yeah, and there apparently was an out-of-print UK release, but I think the German release is the only one that's commonly available. I'm holding on to a humphead wrasse. I guess that's how you say that.
I'm looking at it right now. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Hold on. Hold everything.
Okay, we don't need that much narration. Let's go out
And
this pool.
it looks like it might be.
Oh, can't go through there.
It might actually be.
UK or something?
Yeah. I mean, it's available on Amazon, but.
Yeah, it's a foreign release. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I like the movie. I don't know. Actually, I think it's region locked too. It's region B if I remember correctly. So definitely not an import-friendly Blu-ray.
The Film Censor's Office gives it a 15.
Yeah, that's a fair rating. It's not a hard R. You know, people get shot to death, and there is some blood, so it's not like a PG-13 movie in that regard. Oh, those are neat. Yeah, I'm at a loss for where to go, guys. I have to look around for a bit.
You're right. It is a multi-region. You need a multi-region
player.
Yeah, you need a multi-region player.
Yeah, region free is what they're called.
Yeah, well, mine is region free. Like my DVD player is region free. So
a lot of the dirt cheap ones, like the $20 DVD players that Target and Walmart used to sell, were the best DVD players because they were all region free. They played like DivX files and all kinds of crazy stuff.
I found a spot for my drone to break a wall. Let me go. Come on, drone.
I actually ordered mine like on the internet.
Jerk.
From some shady company.
Always the way to get the best things in life.
That I can't remember. I can't exactly remember where it came from, and they would modify DVD players to be region free. So I think mine is not region free out of the box, but it is region free. The one I have is.
Quite a few regular DVD players, you could just enter a numeric code on the remote. Not everyone, but a lot of them allows you to do that. With Blu-rays players, I believe it's harder. But...
Yeah. And then once I learned that, I wondered, did I pay extra so that someone punched that code into my DVD player?
Probably.
Groundmeister says he owns a region-free player. I own a region-free player too, and it was one where I just had to enter a code, and that made it work. I had a... What did I have that was region-locked? Oh, dang it, there's a collectible back there, but I'm stuck in the current, I can't get it. I think you might have to steer very carefully to be able to get that one. That's not fair.
It's, to me, it's like... If you're interested in like the quality of the releases,
Killer Whales,
you need a region-free player because there's just so many differences between different regions sometimes.
On DVDs, that's especially true. With Blu-rays, it's less common, and a lot of times they're just region-free to begin with. But there are still better releases. Like for instance, initially the UK release of The Thing on Blu-ray was nicer, so that's the version that I have. All this. Shout Factory or Scream Factory, I think they just released a better edition, or they're just about to here in America. Then I won't really need the UK version anymore.
Yeah. Like I think probably the transfer quality and stuff is less. Like there's less disparity between regions, but on DVD there can be a big difference between how they get the transfer and like how it's processed and everything like that, and how good it looks.
That's true.
So it's important, I think, if you're into it, if you're really into it, and if you want good versions of your movies, then I think it's important. Do killer whales do dolphin dives like that? I'm not sure.
They do.
Woo, there you go.
Do they?
Is there anything else in here?
A lot of whales do.
Whatever.
Whatever.
God.
Very Republican response to being presented with new conflicting information.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, Jeff. That was a little tease at Jeff, that's all. So we've got another one of these gate sequences, which are awesome. Reminds me a little of Metroid, even. Just, you know, kind of the, I don't know, the architecture or something.
Did you guys see, by the way,
Welcome, Link.
the fan? Oh, sorry.
I was just saying hi to Link. Go on.
I just want to mention for a second. Did any of you guys catch the fan-made remake of Metroid 2?
I saw somebody streaming it on Twitch the other day.
I downloaded it. I haven't played it.
I need to download this. It looks amazing. They've been playing this game, making this game for like 12 years, and of course, Nintendo gave them a cease and desist, and they probably should because it's their property and whatever. But
It's not like
man, this game
do
looks
anything
amazing.
with Metroid 2, but yeah.
True.
Yeah, no, it looks great. The person put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, like if Nintendo was a more open company, they would be like, okay, we'll buy it off you. Here's so much money, and now we'll sell it.
Yeah, that's absolutely what they should have done. It's just what Sega did with Christian Whitehead when he made his really nice reverse-engineered version of Sonic CD.
Yeah.
And that's how we got the great version of Sonic CD on mobile and Xbox 360 and PC and stuff. So, thankfully, Sega was a lot cooler than Nintendo in that instance.
Of course, Sega is a little more desperate for just, like, I don't know, anything. If Nintendo is not in a desperate situation.
But you know, Nintendo is just very, very rigid and old-fashioned in their thinking, and not
I mean,
consumer-friendly in many ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, they'd never have a game on PC. So already that's crazy.
Yeah, and
But
think of online features. Nintendo's attitude towards online features. Oh man, this is so pretty in here.
Well, hopefully they get online right with their next console. I don't have a lot of faith, though.
I mean, it can't be any worse, but I don't know how much better it will be. That's a big question.
Well, Sega doesn't do much anymore, monkey.
Yeah, well, I mean, Sega is publishing Motorsport Manager, and that game is really cool. On PC only, unfortunately.
Luckily, I did grab the Pokemon game before it went out, but I didn't get the Metroid one.
So we got a shark here, and an orb below it, just some hieroglyphic type stuff. Brian, did you update the recommended articles?
I did indeed.
Oh, great. Because I guess we should point out that we recently published my preview of Vikings, Wolves of Midgard. I traveled to San Francisco to an event held by Calypso for that right before QuakeCon, and so we finally published that preview. Really cool looking game. It's basically a Diablo 3 clone, but Viking and Norse mythologically themed. Yeah, anyway, it is a really neat game, and especially once I played it, I really fell for it. Like, just watching the guy play it, I was like, oh, it's just a lot like Diablo, but once you get into the actual story and stuff are pretty cool. Just a lot of neat touches, and I think the game's going to do pretty well. Here's a big whirlpool of fish.
It's a fishball.
Yeah, that was interesting. I just swam through it. Oh, and there's some... Are those humpback whales?
I'll let you know when we get to them.
Yeah, I gotta get to one and touch it. Come back, Mr. Humpback.
And that,
I think Icky might be talking about
Paul
the,
ended up in jail. Yeah, they look like humpback whales.
Yeah, the game I was
there
talking
was
about...
a Streets of
Thermopylae.
Rage.
Oh, sorry. It's called Vikings, Wolves of Midgard. Please check out my preview for that. Will somebody do the articles link so he can see the link really easily?
I posted it as soon as you started talking about it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you should follow that and read the preview. Don't forget, guys, we really need positive comments on our articles. We really need for everybody to go support those articles by reading them. That helps me personally a lot, so please do.
Thermopylae says your mic's being drowned out a little bit by the music.
Man, I turned the sound down. I'm just gonna have to try to talk louder. Remind me and I'll turn it down even further. But nobody could hear us. Nobody could hear the music in Brothers. So, humpback whales.
Some games are quite a bit different audio
whale.
levels.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Someone was remaking Resident Evil 2, and Capcom put a cease and desist on that, but then apparently they got...
But they're
that
actually
guy,
doing that.
Yeah, they're going to use him to consult with the actual remake of Resident Evil 2. So
Yeah.
Better than nothing.
it's better than nothing. Yeah. And you can't blame Capcom. I mean, they're about to put their own remake of Resident Evil 2 out. So,
Yes, yeah.
I mean, you don't want someone else's remake at the same time floating around the internet,
Yeah, you don't want people getting confused and then screaming at Capcom, I downloaded this and it's crap. Well, I mean,
Yeah, I mean, with Nintendo, think of
Exactly.
how they could take a lot of their older games and just give them 16-bit style facelifts like they did with Super Mario All-Stars. They
Yeah.
should do that with a lot of their old 8-bit games, and everybody would eat them up.
They're
People would
starting
love
to.
that stuff. Well, what do you mean?
I mean, that's what Super Mario Maker was like all about.
It capitalized... Well, I don't know if I would...
I mean, a little bit.
Maybe a little bit, but not the same thing. Like, just give us, for instance, an official remake of Metroid 2 so somebody else doesn't feel compelled to do it, because you already thought of the thing that people would want. But no, Nintendo lately isn't like that. I mean, I want to see them make quality downloadable titles that are, that capitalize on classic IP. I guess they do make some downloadable titles for Wii U.
A few, they make some for 3DS as well, but they're mostly like little, silly, almost mobile games. I mean, some of them are kind of fun, but some are just silly.
This place is huge and colorful. Oh, thanks, no time for games. Unfortunately,
Hey,
you
agreed.
can still hear
No
us.
time. Oh, that's just cold, man. Cold.
Might as well talk about some of the games I've been playing lately, just to give everyone a little update on my opinions. Let's see, I've been playing Lies of Astaroth for Xbox One. That's a free-to-play game. It just came out a week or two ago.
One diamond.
What? Oh, Eagle Ray. Oh, neat, I'm laying out some Eagle Rays. Yeah, is anybody else out there playing Lies of Astaroth? Because it's free-to-play, but it's not like it had any kind of promotion to it or anything. It's actually a console version of an old card game you can get on Windows Phone, Android, iOS. And, so I used to play the mobile game, and I was pretty happy that they brought it to console, and I'm still playing it. But I will say the UI for it is really bad. Like, they did not, the menus and stuff, you can tell it was designed in Asia, because the menus are just a mess. Yeah, I was
So one diamond.
Well, I mean, like, the game is still fun, but you have to be able to get over that kind of stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've played some Japanese games. It's just like, did nobody playtest this?
Well, I just don't understand it, but apparently in that part of the world, they don't care if menus make sense, are smooth, easy to use, things like that. I was lamenting that to Icky. Icky, our good friend of the stream, he is from Asia as well, so he might also, I mean, I don't know, we didn't talk about it at length, but basically, you have what you could call user interface theory, and or user experience theory, and you have UX experts and everything here in America, like people who specialize in making things, websites, etc., smooth and easy to use. But that part of the world, they are just really, really behind on that concept, on things.
Well, in the West, they pay people lots of money to study this stuff for years. And most of the Japanese games I played, I'm going to use Final Fantasy XI as a for instance. On the PS2, which is what it originally came out with, it had atrocious menus. There was, it was an MMO, but it had no bars. Everything was done with a tiny little menu on the bottom left corner. It was interesting. I played it on PC, so it wasn't so bad. But on a console, ew.
Yeah. Oh, and somebody who is familiar with the game, who is a Geocache, mentions that Lies of Astaroth's developers are currently bribing players for 4-star reviews. If we can get the overall rating up to 4 stars by a certain period of time, they'll give everybody a bunch of free premium currency. And that's a little bit sketchy.
That's sad.
Little sketchy, but on the other hand, I do want that. I want that stuff, So. It's
still
an
sad,
incentive.
Paul.
Yeah, well, you have to remember, a lot of people probably didn't review the game, period. Like, only the people who are really mad about certain things would have left a review, usually. That's how people work, right? They're mad about something, so they go out and leave an angry review. And it's kind of...
One diamond.
Yeah, I see it. There you go. I see it as a way to encourage people who are not angry about the game to actually leave a review just to help them out. But again, some places like I think Steam has rules against that. There's places that do. Is there
Yes.
anything else in here? Can I interact
There should
with
be a
this?
rule against that. That is patently asking for a better review by giving you things.
Well, you
Like
don't
that,
have to do it.
What do you mean? I know you don't have to do it.
You
I
could
mean,
just go
you
give
never
them a
have to do
1-star
it.
review.
Yeah, if you,
Just to
in
screw
fact,
with them,
if you're
even if you
offended
like
by the
the game.
concept, then go out and leave a negative review.
Yeah.
But no, to
I know,
me,
but you keep
it's a
you
good
ca-
game with bad
anybody
menus.
that gives them that review needs to include that the has to have the note that says, by the way, they're going to give away stuff if we get 4-star reviews.
You know, they could if they want. Press touchpad to
They have to.
meditate. Let's see what is going around here. Guys, I'm gonna have to step away for just a second to use the restroom. Will you guys keep the conversation going, please?
Sure. I'm sure Adam will argue.
I'm going to tell you more about people being paid to review crap. There's this YouTube thing that I got. I have, the subscriptions on my YouTube. I got a YouTube subscriber thing. And I originally subscribed to them because they're like, I don't know, they did a lot of retro stuff and it was cool. And they're all right. But lately, they're reviewing a lot of like PC stuff and they review a lot of like weird third-party controllers and all this kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it is so blatantly obvious that these guys are sending them this crap and then they're giving it like good reviews, like constantly, like the worst, like budget video games and the worst, like third-party controllers and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
And it just blows my mind that anyone would look at this and think this is fair and impartial.
Well,
And
yeah.
and I don't-
Anytime
I-
I see that on like Amazon, I receive this product at a reduced or free discount for my honest review, and it's like, sure you did. Skip. Always discount those reviews and see what actual people who paid money for it are saying, because the surest way to get an honest opinion out of someone is to charge them for it.
For sure, for absolute sure. And the whole thing it just blows my mind. And like all the stuff that I subscribe to, I'm gonna unsubscribe to them out of spite. I think.
Well, I mean,
Because all the things I subscribe for, they hardly ever do anymore. Like it's all this, and then of course, now of course they're playing No Man's Sky because that's the only thing that people watch. So like 9 videos, 12 videos, 140 hours of No Man's Sky of just flying around looking at purple flowers and red flowers and yellow flowers and bouncing mushrooms. Whoop-de-doo. Really? Is that what the world has become? Is that what my world has become? I need more than
see,
that.
I told you that the whole time.
No, I am
Okay, Adam.
higher. I am on a
Come
higher.
on, man.
I am operating on a higher level than this. Okay, I'm not down here at the low level. I'm not down here at the knees with everyone else. I'm operating higher level, at the head, at the shoulders, at the forehead, above. I'm up there, and I don't need
Okay.
this. I don't need 140 hours of purple flowers. Are you back, Paul?
Yes, I'm back. Paul. That was a bit, everyone. Adam's not actually crazy.
Preach, brother, preach.
All right.
Actually, the dude who developed No Man's Sky, Swizz, says he really wants to put it on the Xbox, but he has to work with Microsoft to do it. Because they have this weird policy that if it's a multi-platform, it has to be released day and date with all the others. Hopefully they fix that, because I know a lot of people who'd like to play that.
Do you know my coworker?
I want to point out
Jez-
this.
My coworker Jez strongly
wanna point
believes
out-
that isn't
sorry.
real.
Yeah, I just want to point out quickly. I have no problem with No Man's Sky. Actually, I think it's a fine game. Whatever, it's fine. The problem with No Man's Sky comes from all the people who were before it was out had these high expectations for being anything other than like a flower and animal simulator.
That's whose
I-
fault was that? The developers for
That was
keeping it so
Sony's.
vague. Well, Sony, whoever, they kept
That's
it
probably-
very vague.
They hyped the heck out of that game and started to have to walk it back because people were getting too excited.
Well, they should have let people know better what the game would actually be like, but instead, yeah, Sony just kept showing off the flashy visuals and talking about how many planets there are. But yeah, I mean, I just feel like they could have done a much better job with the game's promotion.
Cool, Griffith. I'll have to take a look at that. I've had my eye on Star Citizen for quite some time.
Good to see you, C. Griffiths. By the way, here's a... This must be where we came from. We should point out, guys, like, a lot of you guys, I don't see often enough. It'd be nice to keep in better touch. Well, we have our own chat server, our own Discord chat server, that people like Adam, and also a lot of you guys in the audience really should become a part of instead of being fuddy-duddies or unfriendly or whatever you're doing. But, like, we have this great chat server, and we use it every day, and it's just a way to keep in touch outside of the stream with a lot of your fellow stream people, you know, and me. And so we'd really love for more of you guys to join it and be a part of it, please.
I'm just straight up antisocial.
Well, I gotta tell you,
You like
signed
chatting,
up for
so I really
Discord.
don't understand, Brian, but...
I'm kidding. I'm just too lazy to open the program.
Yeah. I mean, well, keep a
I
tab
signed up for
open.
Discord. I tried to figure it out. I could not get into whatever channel we were supposed to do. And in
That's 'cause
frustration,
Paul had broke the link.
I
at
didn't
first.
break that. I don't know who did or
was
how it
totally
happened.
you.
No, it is Discord's fault that the way they... I never generated a new link after the very first one we made, so I don't know why it was like that. But anyway,
I didn't know how to figure. I
you can ask for
couldn't
help.
figure anything out.
All you have to do is type up !Discord and you'll see our Discord URL. Like, so if you ever forget
don't
what
get
it
it.
is or need help, just come here to our Twitch channel. Our bot is always here. And type !Discord and it'll give you the URL and you just gotta go there. Like, then you go to that URL, you're there. You're a member of the Discord channel now,
Nope.
as long as you are.
And
I refuse out of spite.
If you're on a PC, download the app. It makes it easier.
Yeah,
but you have to remember to open the app.
well, the app automatically opens, so you have to just let it automatically open like you should be doing anyway.
Well, it's on a PC.
No, I have
I
I
have it
have a
on my
lot of
phone.
stuff disabled. Oh, thanks, C. Griffith. I'll open that tab and keep an eye on it.
Yeah, but also I would just say use it. Just if you don't want to let the app always run for some reason, although it's a really good app, then you could just leave it as a browser tab and you'll still have easy access to it. But yeah, it doesn't benefit anybody if they don't go to it. Like, it's only good if you use it. And,
True.
You know, and the more people who do use it, the better it is for all of us. So that's, you know, just another reason for everybody to come and chat with us.
Indeed.
What
I'm just lazy and
what's this
forget.
back
That's
here?
all.
Alright. Yeah, I really don't know where to go right now. I'm looking around. If anybody sees where I should be going, then let me know.
Not a clue.
Yeah. I think I'll go all the way down to the bottom and see what's there.
Man, this is a pretty game.
Yeah, like if I wasn't distracted by talking to you guys and everything, I'd just be like sitting there staring at it and getting tears in my eyes. I love it.
Indeed. That's kind of how I feel about Journey.
Nice. I'm gonna have to get that. If it's really that much like this, then I'm sure I'll like it.
Journey is. I can't even talk about it. It's an experience that you have to have.
Nice.
And I'm gonna give away a copy of it when I stream it. So.
Oh, tight. Yeah, Discord also has voice chat, and it has integration with Steam, so it will tell, you know, it'll show what Steam games people are playing, which is nice. It's very,
Yep.
you know, it's kind of more oriented for PC gamers, but as long as you have a computer, period, or a phone that has a Discord app, then you still can get plenty of chat use out of it. God, I wish I knew where to go. Another game that I'm about to start playing, everybody, is Attack on Titan. We got our review copy in.
Sweet.
Yes, I'm really pumped for that. I wrote a very, you know, I saw it at E3, played a little bit, got to interview the Japanese developers, which was quite an experience. Had to go through a translator, but it was neat. I liked it. And,
Cool.
okay, so it looks like we have to get these two things lit up. That's what it is. So I'll follow this chain and see if there's, yeah.
Oh, okay. I see the chains now.
Yeah. So anyway,
Looks like,
oh yeah?
yeah, it looks like one's feeding in. You need to get the other to feed in too.
Yeah, so let me go see what makes that happen. Yeah, Attack on Titan is based on an anime and a manga, and if you like the anime and manga, then you're definitely going to love the game, because it is a very close, good adaptation. It contains the entire first season's storyline. There it is.
All right, guys, calm down.
Wow. Oh, that's funny. I approve of him teasing Ryan.
Oh, I do too, but that guy's a total something.
Is it a Dynasty Warriors game?
It's not. That's another thing that's really cool about it. I mean, like, I love Dynasty Warriors games. Warriors Orochi 3 is a free Games with Gold title this month. Everybody should download that. I'd be happy to play with you online. I'd love it. But Attack on Titan would not be well suited to a Dynasty Warriors style game, so Omega Force, I believe is their name, or is it Omega Factory? It's Omega Force, I think. Anyway,
Omega Force.
yeah, Koei Tecmo's studio, Omega Force, they built it from the ground up. Like, there's a few little similarities with how maps work and stuff, but the gameplay is nothing like Dynasty Warriors. It's actually a lot more like Spider-Man. Because you wouldn't expect it, right? But the people, they swing around everywhere. They wear these devices on their belts that let them just grapple onto things and swing around. So it's kind of like a really fast-paced 3D Spider-Man or Bionic Commando, but you're fighting giant anime monsters. It's great. A lot of people who aren't even into the show, I think, would simply enjoy the gameplay. And Tyler, for instance, Tyler, he's never seen the show, but he really wants to play it because he read my preview and saw what the gameplay would be like.
Yeah. I feel like for the most part, like all those Dynasty Warriors games rely on you liking whatever property it's using. You know what I mean?
Certainly helps, yeah.
I think it helps a lot. I think it's almost like 98% of people who like those games are going to like them if they like that property. You know what I mean?
Well, I admit there was a One Piece one. We got it and we streamed it one time. What was it called? One Piece Pirate Warriors 3. I'd heard it was really good, but I got it and I just couldn't get into it because I was too mystified by the One Piece stuff going on. It wasn't designed to be an introduction to One Piece. It was really for people who are already into One Piece. And it was a little too confusing for me to get into, and I didn't really buy into the aesthetics and stuff. But
Gotcha.
Yeah.
every other one I played that wasn't an Empires game, I really liked. I'm not into Chinese history, but I still like Dynasty Warriors itself, So it's not, I don't think it's completely required, but maybe with some of them, it would be really hard to enjoy them if you didn't also like that thing.
Yeah, I can see that.
So we've gone through another portal here.
They're so blue and octagonal, or hexagonal rather.
Oh, there you go.
I can't count.
But about the Dynasty Warriors games, there's a spin-off, or I don't know if you call them spin-offs or what, but anyway, there are some games called Dynasty Warriors Empires, Samurai Warriors Empires. These games add a strategic component to the game, and I think the menus and stuff are really bad, and those I don't really like. We did stream one of them and give out copies one time.
Yeah, Thermopylae asks a question. Do you like Senran Kagura?
Well,
That's a Booby Ninja game.
Adam and I actually played Senran Kagura multiplayer one time, didn't we, Adam? With Tyler.
Yeah. I believe so.
It was a long time ago, but yeah, the Vita version we did. The answer is, I don't know, Senran Kagura's actual, I like stuff about it, I can get into sexy fan service type things. I don't think everything should sexualize women that way, but I can get into things that do, because, I like the ladies, I can buy into what they're selling. However, the actual core gameplay, the combat, a little bit unintuitive for me. It doesn't play as smoothly and
The combat was
fun as it could be.
strange.
Yeah, it's strange. What did you think of the combat?
It was-
Do you remember?
Yeah, I thought it was okay. Like, I'm the exact opposite, and then I thought all the story and the weird
Ladies.
and the weird booby stuff and all that stuff was just super distracting and annoying. And I was just found myself just desperately trying to skip everything I could in the story eventually because it was just
There's a lot of talking.
it was just so annoying. And then the combat itself was okay. It wasn't. I don't think it was amazing. There was some Dynasty Warriors stuff where they eventually not like Dynasty Warriors, but they did. There's a whole these kind of sort of mini hordes of enemies, and you have to slash through them. And then there's the bosses that are a little more. There's a little more to it than that. But generally, the game was just okay.
Yeah, and I do understand people being put off by the aesthetic because it's an acquired taste, you know, like for some people it's too cheesy or too whatever. I've been into Japanese stuff so long that I'm kind of used to that kind of stuff.
You get used to the hentai and the ecchi.
Yeah, exactly. You can be.
Maybe not the hentai, but definitely the ecchi.
Yeah, it's only ecchi. There's no actual sex scenes or anything. Just revealing outfits and stuff. Let's see, how do we get through here? Uh-oh. Is that actually a puzzle in there? Oh no, it's another switch I have to interact with. Oh, yeah, that's a fair point, Thermopylae. I've got the PS4 version, and if we ever resume our streaming night, or what do we call it? We used to call it Vita night or like PlayStation night. If we ever start
Midweek streams.
Yeah, if we ever do that again, then probably I would stream the PS4 version, and we would see how it holds up.
I mean, we need to do some. I want to play some. What's that game that I bought? That
Helldivers.
Helldivers.
That's fun. As long as you don't have a team killer like Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff
Yeah,
is really bad about team killing. Yeah, no, for a little while I was so into that, but yeah, we had a hard time for some reason syncing our schedules up. So this is not an actual gate? This is confusing.
It's just a picture of a gate. It's a really pretty picture of a gate.
So it looks like there's two little side things. Maybe I have to interact with the side things first?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and there's actually a picture of this diver lady on the wall, like they predicted that she would come here. It's
Oh
confusing.
my.
Yeah. So there is a story here. It's one of those things where you have to put it together yourself. I don't mind.
Definitely like Journey.
Ah. Oh boy. I don't know if I can put this together though. Let's see.
It looks a little bit like a claptrap. You're right, Brownmeister.
Why did I quit what?
The midweek streams.
Oh, why did I quit? Well, one reason that I quit is because several of my friends started streaming basically every midweek day, and then
Hey, don't blame us.
I really don't like going up against people I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would rather just move out of the way and let you guys stream. Which, I know it shouldn't be that way. I should be able to just put it aside and say, no, if I'm going to stream, I'm going to stream.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just say about that, and I kind of felt that way too when I first started. And I mean, as far as it goes, me and Brian, we kind of make our schedules, so they don't conflict. And that's just sort of the way we did it. We kind of started like that. But other than that, like, you can't. There's no way to, like, we know so many people that do it. There's no way to avoid everyone.
That's hard.
And when it comes down to it, if you're relying on, those 3, 4, 5 people to show up, then you need to branch out. You need to be more than that. You know what I mean? So, in my opinion, I've just decided that, like, if people want to show up, they can. If they want to stream at the same time, then I understand. Like, people's lives are busy and they got other things to do.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end, I like to attract new people. So I like new people to come in as well. So that's important to me.
Definitely.
So I don't take any offense to it, and I don't think anyone else should either.
That's good. I don't think it's that lame an excuse being considerate of other people or putting other people ahead of yourself. But on the other thing is just that I've been kind of, I don't know, I've been wearier lately. Like I don't have as much energy for that stuff as I used to have. I think a lot of that would be resolved by me finding a way to only work a single full-time job instead of 2 part-time jobs. And
True.
So yeah, hopefully we'll be able to make that happen eventually. Who knows? Jumping back and forth. Looking.
Are you listening, Jez?
Oh god. Well, it's not his. I don't think it's his decision. It's actually people higher up than that. But yeah, it doesn't matter. So let's go interact with this switch. I got so confused by that mural. I was supposed to be coming over here and I was just trying to push buttons on the wall that weren't there.
They were obviously tiles, Paul.
I know. I thought that was the end of the line, but here we go. Door opening.
Man, I definitely have to buy this game.
Yeah, it's only $20. I thought it was $40.
That's not bad.
Yeah, it's only $20, which for the level of artistry involved here, it's a perfect price.
Yeah.
Just remember, like I said, it's not a super long game, so people who are
Doesn't have to be long, just has to be good.
Yeah, for me, brevity is a selling point. I would rather a game was shorter than longer, unless the price is just insanely off somehow.
Hey, Webnoy.
Isn't it crazy how they don't do it anymore? But I don't like, at least not very often anymore.
Webnoy.
But used to be like, PS1, PS2 era games, like the back of the box would tell you how many hours. Like it would be like 100+ hours.
Oh, those are for Japanese RPGs. They usually like to boast 80 hours of content. It's like, holy crap.
I know, but I mean, they don't. Is that something they do anymore? Even I don't know, but it's crazy to like. For me to, I don't think I'll ever play a game of that size again. Even though a lot of the games I liked, I will. The past.
I will.
You will. Yeah, I know you will.
Just because I'm a glutton for punishment. But
set so many limits for yourself, Adam. No, I mean, like I was the same way. Believe me. But I did somehow end up getting snagged by Neverwinter, and I've played that way longer than I would have ever predicted I would have played it. And I've been playing Resident Evil 5 lately, the Xbox One version, as you know. And that game, not terribly long, but if you do everything in it, then you'll get a lot of time out of it, like 20+ hours. I guess that's not really that long compared to a 100-hour game.
Yeah. Well, and if you get into the... moving up the difficulties thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Then you'll get more time out of it as well.
Yeah, and I'm definitely going to do that. Look at these whales. This is awesome. What are they doing? Oh, it's a mama whale and a baby whale, I think. That is great. Yeah, if you count multiple playthroughs, if you count different difficulty levels as completion time, that is misleading. Although, like, can you imagine playing Resident Evil 5 and not playing through all the different difficulties? You'd be losing out on so much of the experience.
Yeah, you lose a lot of the story in that one if you don't play all of it.
This is a scene right out of Echo, by the way.
Wow.
But okay, go ahead.
Yeah, what was I saying? But like with Resident Evil 5 in particular, there's real meaningful incentives for completing each little difficulty. And that's one of the things I like about it is like you get more and more powerful because you keep unlocking cool stuff and you get to use it on the other difficulties. Unlike Resident Evil 4, which unfortunately doesn't let you use any of the cool stuff on your separate playthroughs, which is weird.
But also Resident Evil 4 is a better game.
Not to me, it's not.
If Resident Evil 4 had co-op, you'd say Resident Evil 4 is a better game.
Well, it doesn't. But no, it's not only the co-op, it's also the metagame, the structure, the unlocking structure and stuff. Being able to unlock unlimited ammo for each gun without having, that kind of stuff. I love that stuff. It's just
let's remove that from the equation then, and let's just say you're playing one game. You're playing the game for the first time, all the way through. Which is the better game?
Then why don't we also remove sound from the equation or remove color?
No, sound. No, we're not removing sound. Sound is like that other stuff is that other stuff is outside the game. That's apart from the game. That's
what
an
holds
addition
the
to
game
the game
together. Whoa, what is this? Dude, I just got electrocuted by some kind of floating object. I mean, they put that stuff in there so that you would take advantage of it, and that is what I love about it. Does 4 have a better story? Yeah, it has a better story, easily. But that's not everything. Also, 5 controls better.
Whoa. Shocking. Oh.
Yeah, I'm getting...
Stay away from the land, or the mines there, Paul. Jeez.
Okay, I guess you're right. There's a whale skeleton. Let's go check it out.
Ooh.
But I mean, Adam, like, I understand 4... a lot of people played 4 right when it came out, and so it kind of marked itself historically in their minds and hearts. And I played it much later, so I had already played 5. I've played other games that do kind of the same thing. So I still really respect 4 and like it, but for instance, the 360 version, the Xbox One version, well, we don't know about the Xbox One version yet because it's not out.
It's not out yet.
Yeah, they didn't take the opportunity to fix the controls, which is one thing they would have to do for me to feel that way about it. And I don't think they will on the bone. We'll see. Adam just likes to play games the way they were. You are going to
start up a firestorm here.
Yeah, Adam likes to play games the way they were, and that's fine. But no, for me, like, I would need it to have actual good controls and not, like, wonky, weird old-style controls.
Okay.
Oh, boy.
But...
What? Wait a minute.
He's so riled up he can't even talk.
Oh, yeah.
The controls in Resident Evil are fine. They are
They're old-fashioned.
absolutely fine.
They're nothing like the
that's
way modern
fine.
games
And you can
control.
say that. You can say no. You can say that, Paul, and you can say, "I wish that they would implement a control scheme in Resident Evil 4 that is exactly the same as all other third-person shooters. That way, I can adapt to it easily without having to do any effort." And that's fine if
No,
you want to
way I
put it
would
that
have more
way.
fun.
If you want to phrase it in that manner, then that's okay.
I would have more fun.
I understand totally, Paul.
Dude, I played through the whole game. It's not like I wasn't able to adapt to it. It's just, like
Then you should be able to play it now. There should be no issue
I
for you.
can play it, but I'm saying it
You
would
could,
be
though.
better
Super
if it
easily.
controlled better
Differently,
and better. Like just it's there's
but also just differently.
just like with menus, the way menus have advanced over the years, also controls and things like that have. And even when Resident Evil 4 came out, I think that proper twin stick controls already existed, and they just chose not to use them. Because it was a big deal when 5 let you move and aim independently. Wait,
Well,
no,
it was
5 doesn't
originally
actually
a
let you.
GameCube
But there was-
game, so
Yeah.
Before pretty much pioneered that genre, like the third person
That style of I guess you're right.
shooter like
It
that.
did.
Before that, everyone, like pretty much every third person shooter was like kind of like exact, like your character was in the middle and it was like right behind the back and kind of further back. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, you're right.
Like it wasn't until Resident Evil 4 that you got that kind of over the shoulder.
I'm riding a shark.
Viewpoint.
Goblin shark.
who am I? It's weird how your fins disappear sometimes.
Do they?
Yeah.
I guess they clip through things. Yeah.
That's right.
No, I mean,
Uh,
but twin stick games did exist already. I think Halo 2, for instance. I mean, wasn't the first Halo already out by that point? I could be wrong.
Yeah, but that was a third
Yes.
person game.
Yeah, but I mean, third person and first person games nowadays they control the same. Although obviously they do they aim a little bit differently and stuff, but they basically control the same. Those kind of things are standardized for a reason because they work really well. Like you wouldn't make a first person shooter nowadays and just try to invent some new drastically different control scheme. People would reject it.
True.
But
Got a collectible out of a skeleton.
And a lot of games, like the Uncharted collection, for instance, went back and standardized all their controls on the PS4 because for each of the first 3 games, each one used a slightly different control scheme because they were trying out different gimmicks. Like I think the first one made you aim your grenades by actually tilting the controller, I think it was, because they were trying to use the 6-axis
6-axis.
tilt controls. Ugh, terrible. So they went back and they fixed it in the remake. So a lot of companies are realizing that they needed to standardize their controls around something that's familiar to people.
Yeah, that's not bad. I think, if you're just doing a single game and it's not part of a collection or something, because like with Uncharted, it makes sense, just make all of them control the same way. But if it's an individual game like Resident Evil 4 or something, then I think you should offer both the original style of controls and, proper, whatever is the modern expected way of games controlling, you should have.
Absolutely.
I'm not against them. Like basically, you're talking about remapping the buttons, and that's fine. Like if you want to do that, if you want to aim with left trigger and shoot with right trigger and aim with the right stick, then that's fine. It's different than what they did with the old school games with the new control scheme, which basically broke the game. I mean, if you're just going to remap the buttons, that's. I'm not against that. In fact,
You're not doing very well, Paul.
I don't think there's any reason why they shouldn't add a remap the buttons function.
Yeah, why wouldn't you? I mean, you're putting out a new game. There need to be incentives for people buying it again, and I think having it actually play a little bit more like a modern game, just in that way, would definitely be a nice incentive. So who knows? Maybe they'll do it for the bone, because for the remake or the new version of Resident Evil Part 1, they did add new stuff. So who knows? We'll see.
Yeah, but that was garbage, though.
It was fine. I thought it was fine when I played it. I mean, I didn't love it because it was a little less than smooth, but I still was able to play it that way. What are the?
Hey, an anglerfish.
Yeah, I'm trying to grab on.
Hey, get that fish. Get that fish.
I want to get over
Angler,
here.
Get him.
anglerfish are creepy.
Paul, if you don't get this fish, I'm gonna be really disappointed.
Dude, they're evasive.
They stick their little
Ow.
glowy thing out, and then the fish eat them, and then they eat those fish.
Yeah, that is neat.
Amazing. That's
I'm
nature.
I'm
They
gonna
also
have to
mate
move
for
on.
life in that they absorb their mates.
For real?
Yeah, through their skin.
Oh, that is
Really?
I
Yeah.
don't know if I want to hear about that.
Tell me
Well,
more.
like the male will bite the female's the big one with the glowy orb on her head. The male will bite her like on the side, and she'll just absorb him.
Brian, you gotta get your dog under control.
Oh,
Should just
sorry.
absorb him.
Yeah,
What?
the dogs are over there
what,
playing.
So the male bites her, and then through that bite, the female like absorbs him.
Yep, and uses him
It's
as
crazy.
a male deposit. He's like he doesn't like get dissolve in her. He's actually like in her.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's strange.
Okay, what?
I can't tell where to
Is
go.
he still alive?
Go look it up. Wikipedia.
Okay, is that?
Yeah.
No, hold on. You're my
It's-
Wikipedia.
It's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of gross. Is that the, we don't
Is
usually
it
talk
still-
about mating on the
is that
stream,
male-
guys.
No, this is not gross. This is nature, Paul. Is it male? Is the male anglerfish still alive?
Yes, sort of.
He just kind of
Hangs
kind of
out,
like
gets a free meal.
just kind of hangs out, like forevers.
Yeah, see, Griffiths agrees that you guys are making it into a late night show. Don't do that on the main stream, goofballs.
All right,
talking
all
about
right,
this
all
is-
right. Hey, the
this
anglerfish
is-
popped up. I had to throw.
There's
out the
anglerfish
interesting
in this
fact.
game. We're talking about nature. I don't understand, Paul. This is the most related thing we've ever talked about on
Okay,
this
we're
stream.
not gonna be watching fish mate on the stream. So
We're not
there-
watching it. We're
Well,
just,
you wouldn't even
Well,
note
you're
it.
painting the picture with your words. All right.
Oh,
I
you
found,
two
I
finally
found where
settled
to
down.
go.
Oh,
Yeah, calm down, Adam.
I was
the
talking.
problem
to the
is you
dog.
just don't
It's
want to
okay.
learn, Paul.
He gets all worked up
You're
about fish.
anti-learning.
You think this is a one-off incident, but Adam gets all worked up
You've
about
reached-
fish mating all the time.
You've reached your
guys.
17 years of age, and you're like, I'm not going to learn anything. I'm done learning. I don't want any more newness introduced to me. Everything I want has to be the same as something I've done before.
Maybe all by myself. If the mood is right and the lights are dim, then I'll learn about
Oh boy.
the birds and the bees and the fishies.
Hey, there goes that shark.
Let's go catch up with it.
Certainly not changing the subject or anything.
By the way, about Attack on Titan, it comes out on August 30th, and I think our review is Friday next week is when we are scheduled to publish it. So hopefully,
Nice.
Hopefully, it has an extensive online co-op mode too. I should point out, like a 4-player online co-op mode with separate missions from the story missions. Oh, the poor shark! Look at him; he's all trapped. We gotta go save him.
Sharks are dicks.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm really looking forward to playing it multiplayer. Hopefully, I'll have an opportunity to do that before review. Yeah, they are normally what you said, but this one, I don't know, he's one of the main characters. There aren't a lot of characters in this, so
Oh,
gotta save Sharky.
Psh.
What? Are you serious, Alejandro? I just watched a cartoon with a stork in it last night. It was Lambert the Sheepish Lion. Has anybody ever seen that from Disney? It's one of their silly symphonies. Disney used to do all these animated shorts before movies. You know, actually Frozen.
Oh, okay.
Frozen had an animated short before the movie. They pretty much only do it with Pixar movies, as far as I know now. But
Yeah, that's been Pixar's thing since the beginning.
yeah, but I mean, back in the day, Disney and Warner Brothers always did that. Whoa, here we got some of those. What do you call those big square-headed whales?
I'd have
Warner
to see
Brothers
one to tell
was
you.
like those shows were not. Those were shows were packaged much later for TV,
Yes.
but they used to precede movies and things
Wouldn't that be
in
neat?
theaters.
Yeah, wouldn't that be neat if every time you went to a theater there was an animated short before it, just as a bonus?
Yeah, except
I
now
would
that
love
it's now they wouldn't use up that time because that time is used to
Ads.
sell you Coca-Cola.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
It's Moby Dick.
But anyway, this animated short, it's on Netflix. It's part of, I think, I can't remember what Disney calls it, but basically they have about 9 different collections of animated shorts on Netflix, and it's one of them. It was part of the Three Little Pigs one, which, by the way, Disney's Three Little Pigs short is very good too, so it was a nice little thing to watch with my daughter.
I've always been much more of a Warner Brothers person than a Disney person.
Oh crap, I know where I'm going now.
I have the what's those collections? There's like the collections of Warner Brothers cartoons. I can't remember what they're called now.
Looney Tunes?
Yeah, I know they're called Looney Tunes, but they're called the
Oh, there's
Classics collection.
Like
There's like 6 or 7 box sets.
There's different ones.
And there's some amazing old stuff in those box sets.
All the
Like,
racism.
Yeah,
a super like a lot of the stuff you never saw on TV because of the somewhat creepy racism or the stuff that had to do with like the war and like there was like
Oh
Hitler was
yeah,
in
the
like
war
some of the
cartoons.
I
Yeah,
grabbed onto it. It was called a
yeah.
sperm whale.
sperm whale. I couldn't think of its name.
Okay, I guess we have to
It's
go
the same kind of whale as Moby Dick.
right
Yeah.
on. Oh, nice. Alejandro has collections of Donald Duck and Pink Panther. Have we missed any
Cool.
other good comments? T. Griffiths asks about fish tacos. I have never had a fish taco. I need to try that someday.
That's a California specialty.
I was angler fishing the whale. That's messed up. Going through another portal.
Gonna get absorbed.
Let's see. Another game that I backed on Kickstarter actually just came out on Xbox One and PlayStation 4. It's called Armicrog. Have you, any of you guys heard of it? Terrible title.
Oh.
I always really didn't like the title, but it's from people who made a game called Neverhood. You ever heard of that? On PlayStation
Yeah,
1,
well,
was it?
Well, the Neighborhood was a developer.
Neversoft was the
Weren't they?
developer. Yeah. And Neversoft, I believe, is still around making games for Activision along with Treyarch and stuff.
I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not this. I mean, obviously, the people left and made this game.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's called Armicrog. It is an adventure game, but it is completely made with stop motion clay animation. So,
I
yeah.
know exactly which game we're talking about now.
Yeah, all the
Yeah, the
games.
Neighborhood.
Yeah, so those people made another one, and I mean, think of how uncommon it is for a game to use stop motion animation. It's just about
Yeah,
unimpressive.
what a bad
Yeah.
name, though.
Yeah, the name, hate it. But
That
anyway,
game,
just
that
came
name
out.
will, the name will not, like, no one will say, "Oh, I'd like to learn more about this game" because of that name. You know what I mean?
I agree. You have to see pictures of it or something because the title is not going to do it. Skull Monkeys people, I think it's the same people. Be sure to
Yeah,
follow.
it is the Skull Monkeys people. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, but speaking of stop motion animation, also there's a stop motion movie out right now called Kubo and the Two Strings. Have you guys heard of that?
I have seen several previews for it. It looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I just saw it in the theater last night actually.
Oh, cool. Was it good?
Well, yes, it was good. It's from a studio called Laika, the people who made Coraline, which I believe is just perfect. Coraline is absolutely perfect. It's based on a wonderful book by Neil Gaiman. But they also made the Box Trolls and one other. What was the other one they made? I forget. Anyway, yeah, Kubo and the Two Strings. It's about like it's kind of a samurai fantasy story about a little boy, a little one-eyed boy, who's basically trying to run away from his aunts and his grandmother. His mother has smuggled him away because they want to take his other eye. So I don't want to talk too much about the story because I think it's better if you go in not knowing.
Mm-hmm.
But it's stop motion animated. It's completely beautiful, and the first half of the movie, maybe the first 2/3, are just totally perfect. And then I kind of felt like the story kind of lost some steam at the end. Like they did a few things with the story that made it not be as good. But right at first, darn if I wasn't thrilled. You know, like it is very thrilling with great action. Ooh, Kraken! I got a
Giant squid.
Yeah, trophy for grabbing onto the squid. So anybody who likes cartoons or has family, young family to go see it with, I definitely recommend you see it. And the character designs and stuff, they're all great. The action is great. There's a part where they fight this giant red skeleton with a bunch of swords stuck in its head, straight out of a video game or something. It's like massive skeleton. And then in the end credits, they show the people actually working with the skeleton, and the thing is like as tall as the ceiling in this place. Like it's
Dang.
yeah, it was really huge, and it was really interesting to see the people working on it. They're like moving really quick to show how it moved. So, definitely worth it.
Cool.
Yeah,
I might have to go see that.
Nice.
What's the name of that movie?
Kubo, Kubo, and the Two Strings.
Mm-hmm.
From the makers of Coraline. I do not know where to go now.
Speaking of kickstarted games, I got an email from a game that I kickstarted a while back, a couple years ago. I told Paul about this afternoon. I'm not sure to be annoyed or happy, but it's going to be free on Games with Gold. The game is called Earthlock Festival of Magic. It's sort of an RPG. but it's going to be for PC, Xbox One, PS4, a few others. But they are, when it comes out on Xbox One, it's going to be exclusive for a month, and it's going to be free for that month as a Games with Gold title. And I'm a little annoyed about that. Because, I mean, I paid money for the Kickstarter for the game, and now they're just going to be giving it away for free. I'm happy that a lot more people are going to be playing it because it's a pretty cool game. But annoyed at the same time that,
It's the kind of thing.
spent money on it.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing you have to be of two minds on, because obviously there's many good things about it. On the other hand, you basically pre-ordered it, and now you could have just waited and gotten it for free. But on the other hand, if people hadn't kickstarted it, it might not have actually been produced. It might not have reached the point that it could become a Games with Gold title. Hatcherfish. Hey, this guy looks a little bit like Adam.
Is this that doesn't look anything like me. Is this movie not out yet or what?
No, it's
No,
out.
it's out. It might not be out in Canada.
Yeah. Do you guys have movie theaters in Canada?
Yeah, I have movies.
They don't just set up a sheet in a field.
Like if I search for it on Amazon, all I get is like books and stuff.
Well, it's out in theaters, Adam.
Oh, out in theaters. Oh, who cares about theaters? Who goes to see movies in theaters?
Oh.
What are you, crazy?
I was just saying. It just came...
I'm not hating on them. I'm just a little bit annoyed that I gave them 20 or 30 or whatever dollars it was, and now I can get the game for free.
It is a little... That would be a little bit...
Just a little annoying.
Yeah, so I'll probably get the PS4 code for it just because.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might as well. That way you could play it on both if you wanted.
Exactly. I did not back at a high enough level to get the toy box for Ukulele Brownmeister, but I did back it. I backed a lot of pretty cool games. That one looks really good.
You know, Armacrog is probably one of the last few games I actually backed. Like, I haven't backed any in a while because I realized that most of these games tend to succeed anyway, and then I tend to be able to get review codes for them. So, like,
yeah.
It's kind of like the situation you're describing, you know? It's like I would just get it free anyway as a journalist, so I don't...
Well,
don't
yeah, you're in a
decide.
special position, but...
Yeah.
But then you maybe have to decide, do you want to get in at a higher level and get some of those premium goodies?
Yeah, the stuff they offer is often quite neat. So we got a door to go through here.
Oh yeah, I should probably run the last contest.
Oh, good idea. And I should figure out how to get through this. I don't like being stuck in this area. I'd really like to...
Sorry, I got caught up in the chatting there.
I hope everybody's having a good time. This game is just wonderful, and I'm having a very good time playing it. And of course, I always love talking to you guys, my buds. Especially nice to have you around more lately, Adam.
Hey, Royal Bob says hi, by the way.
Yo,
Hey,
Royal Bob!
Long time no see.
And hello, Jurassic World. I didn't say hi to him yet. I found where to go. Good. I'm gonna swim through this little crack.
I mean, I think, Paul, it's just nice to see you finally playing a good game.
Hey, to me, they're
this
all
does
good.
look like a good game.
No,
I am definitely putting this on a list.
Sometimes we stream games that I don't really like, you know, but like we're committed to variety, and I'm committed, and I do my part. You know, I do my part during these streams. We give these games out for free, right? So I basically enter in an agreement to promote the game.
No, hey, listen, you don't have to say anything, but I am an impartial third party.
Mm-hmm.
We stream
I
Brothers.
can say whatever I want.
I mean, you like Brothers. We streamed that last week.
I was on the stream, fool.
Yeah. So I mean, finally play a game that's good. You thought that game
Yeah,
was good
well,
too.
Brothers is awesome. I love Brothers. Brothers is an amazing game.
Here we go.
I'll stream that someday. I mean, well, I'll stream it. I keep saying that, but
I don't know if you should.
at the rate I stream, it'll be 10 to 20 years before I get to Brothers. So.
Brothers is the kind of game where do you really want to show everyone the whole story, or do you want them to have to see the rest of it for themselves? That's how I kind of thought of it. You know, some people on the article comments were complaining. They're like, everyone should just play Brothers for themselves. They don't need to watch you stream it. And
but that's kind of every game, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's sort of every game. Like either you decide you want to play it yourself, or with kind of Twitch and everything that's going on these days, you say, "Oh, I'm going to watch it." You know what I mean? And at the same time, a lot of people have already played the game and might enjoy just
Seeing it again,
watching
yeah.
someone else play, hearing their opinions on the games. So yeah, like I mean, that's up to the
Very good
individual to decide whether that's what they want to do or not.
Those people are just being old-fashioned. They basically don't understand the point of streaming. Period. From what I could tell, because, I mean, we do these streams to be entertaining. We have co-hosts specifically because we're trying to entertain you guys. I could do this stream by myself, and in fact, for the very first few months, I did, and I'm actually capable of keeping the conversation going all by myself the whole time. But I think it's more entertaining to have co-hosts, so that's why we do it this way.
Paul is an expert at talking to himself.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We are talking about two brothers, but
I'm an
Sean
expert at
Sick has
doing lots
corrected
of
us.
things by myself.
Yeah,
Two brothers? That's not what it's called.
Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons.
Yeah.
Yes.
So he's not correcting us very well, is he?
Monkey wants to know what I've been streaming. Right now I'm streaming BioShock Infinite.
Yeah, and I've never played that, so it's pretty neat to see you play some of it.
It's such a good game.
I mean, remember, we do these streams to entertain people, we do it to promote the game, and we do it just to give free copies to people, because we think it's cool to be able to give you guys free games, and hopefully you all enjoy it as much as we enjoy giving them to you. But just remember, that it's kind of a two-way relationship there. If we are going to give you guys games out every week like we do, which again is a lot of work, we talked about it last time, it's a lot of work setting these streams up and doing them, and I've really had to change the way my life works to be here every Saturday for almost 2 years now. But, we need you guys to do your part, which is helping the stream grow by telling people about it, because this stream should be bigger than it is, given how long we've done it. Part of that is Twitch's fault, because Twitch is built not to support variety streamers. But also part of it is just we need people to spread the love. And like cheap-ass gamer guys, sometimes when Tyler tells everyone, hey, Paul's giving this game out this weekend, we see you guys come. But a lot of cheap-ass gamers don't join us unless Tyler does that. And it's like, man, we do this every week. We would love to see you guys every Saturday, or most Saturdays.
You're always giving something away. You'd think it'd draw that crowd right away.
Yeah, it's always something. Whether it's a big game like this or a smaller game, it's always something, and we try to give it on all 3 platforms if we can.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, we want everyone to like the stream. We're here to entertain you guys, and so we need your support in that way, and also by leaving article comments, sharing the article around. I can't stress that enough. The articles that we promote in the stream, those articles all need hits and they all need comments. I'm not kidding. Lately things have been a little harder for me as a writer. If you guys have read my stuff, I think probably most people would agree that I write pretty good stuff. Sometimes I write great stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, but gosh, I could use your support is what I'm saying. So please remember to actually read those articles and leave comments. Please remember to help our stream grow, and please remember to be here. And if you do all those things, then all the work we put into the stream has been worthwhile.
Indeed.
Boy, that was an emotional moment. Oh no, our shark friend just got hurt. And we have just discovered that our diver is apparently not a human. Because she took some damage and it looks kind of like she's a robot. Wow. Yeah, the purpose of this stream, the reason it's a Windows Central stream and not just Paul streaming, is because we're promoting Windows Central and our gaming coverage. So again, we need it to actually work for promotional purposes for us, for the stream to actually be successful. Oh, that poor shark. So now this is actually going to be a pretty good cutoff time. Oh, but look at her body. It's so weird looking. That's neat.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I should have cut it off right before that so people could see that for themselves for the first time.
Yes.
Yeah, no, but with a game like Brothers where it's really short and emotional, personally I think it's better, I don't mind showing people some of the game, but sometimes I don't really want to show people all the game myself.
Yeah. No, I understand, especially with a game like Brothers, I understand that.
Yeah.
But I get it. I feel like it's up to the person watching to decide.
True.
For just because of the short, for any game, for BioShock Infinite, there's a lot of story stuff in that game. There's a lot of that kind of stuff that you may not want spoiled for you. But again, if it's up to you to decide, hey, I'd rather watch someone play, or it doesn't matter to me, I'll play it later, or I've already played it. All those things are valid.
Well, how much
You know,
game
we all
is there?
decide.
Bioshock?
Bioshock
20
Infinite.
hours?
Yeah, and Brothers is what, about 4 hours? You know, like
True.
some games there's a whole lot more games, so I don't know. That's part of why I feel that way about it. But yeah, I'm not saying you shouldn't stream it or anything. It's
Yeah.
So, by the way, does hosting our channel help us? It really only helps us if you have a lot of followers to begin with. Otherwise, it's more counterproductive than anything. If a big streamer, like somebody with, say, 10,000 followers, hosted our channel, that actually would probably do us a big favor, you know? But
I don't see how it would be counterproductive. I don't think it would actually help you.
yeah,
I find that even then when I host people, for the most part, unless like I do it like right after a stream when there's already people there, like no one really pops in.
yeah, hosting is not especially helpful ever. But if it was a really big stream and people were likely to happen by their channel anyway, that's a different story. Because when you're hosting somebody, that doesn't send out email notifications to all the followers or anything. So they'd basically have to already be checking out your stream for some reason to see the host.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and
True.
look at this. We're in a whole new exciting area. Brian East. Oh, cool. Sea Griffiths. I will try to check that soon. Yeah, you're very right about that, Geyser. Twitch does not help variety streamers, and that's just one thing we face. But I really believe in the way we do our stream. You know, giving out lots of different games all the time. I really believe in that. So I want to keep doing a variety stream. But sometimes it's frustrating how the system is kind of in place to keep us from growing. Look at all these cool different fish. But anyway,
Wow.
you know, it's getting time to end the stream. Hosts show up on the follower page. Yeah, that's right, Leonard. They have to go and look who are they following, and then they can see that you're hosting somebody. And that can be helpful, but like I said, it's a lot more likely if they have a ton of followers. Somebody with 50 followers, it's not going to do anything. But anyway, this has been Abzu from 505 Games. It is brilliant, awesome. I've loved every moment of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing it. It's such a pretty game. I think it streams well just for that alone, because you can see some beautiful visuals.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
And Adam, did you think it looked all right?
Yeah, I mean, I think this is a very cool game.
Excellent. That is good to hear. And, you know, this pairing of Adam and Brian, it's been great having you guys on mic.
Yeah, good to be here.
So thank you.
Paul, I just want to say, I think, to my mind, and you know, I've obviously seen a lot of people play video games. You are probably the greatest video game player I've ever seen, and I appreciate you having me on just to be in your presence. It's been amazing.
Okay, Adam, I feel like
I don't think that's going to get you free games.
I
Adam.
think you've engaged in hyperbole at this point, but yeah, if you enjoy, I mean, I know Adam. You know, Adam is very slow to adopt new technology and things. Like, no offense, but eventually we got him to try Twitch, and then he really bought into Twitch in a big way. And so I'm glad that you enjoy this stream, and that, you know, you've started streaming yourself and doing a really great job yourself. That is great.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah. So once again, Abzu, it's $19.99. It's available on PlayStation 4 and Steam. Hopefully it will come to Xbox One eventually. If you play on PC, then definitely get the PC version. It's great. Thank you, 505 Games, for letting us stream and give out this game again. And next week... Oh yeah, what are we streaming next week, guys? Next week we're streaming a puzzle platformer called Hue, H-U-E. Somebody type that out. Anyway, it's also a very pretty game. It's not as pretty as Abzu, but it is a really pretty, colorful game. The name Hue, that's a color word. And so it's a really nice, colorful game. We'll be streaming it a little bit before it comes out, so it'll come out the week after we do our little stream. So that'll be your preview.
Cool.
Yeah, we're not giving out copies of Hue. Instead, we're giving out Xbox gift cards. So, yeah, nice way to win some money to spend on PC or Xbox One games, because, you know, the Windows 10 store, you can buy games with that credit, too.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very good,
That's
Dazara.
a good one, Dazara.
Yeah,
I like that.
So long, and thanks for all the fish. Little Hitchhiker's Guide.
Didn't realize you were a dolphin.
Excellent. Adam just gave a 4-star review. What does he get in return? All right, Adam, I'll give you some crystals later, dude.
All right.
Okay. Thanks again, everybody. Don't forget, follow us on Twitch if you're not already following, twitch.tv/Windows Central and twitch.tv/EastXTwitch. You can see the URL right there on the stream. Follow me on Twitter. And we'll see you next weekend. Whatever you do, don't hate, appreciate.
Have a good one.
Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Something SOBs.
Little
Yeah.
SOBs.
Yeah. Tyler's not here to ruin the stream for everyone, so that's good.